I got loads and loads of shorts for you guys, so let's get into them real quick. The Game Awards 2023 just came out, and it is a yearly tradition for me to talk about this whole thing. Last year's Game Award was so boring and uneventful that I only bothered to talk about it briefly. So what about this year? Well, I'm happy to report that this year's Game Awards is not as boring as last year. But that's like saying this food that was expired by a year is at least better than this one that was expired by 3 years. There are lots of ads for sure, but I'm only particularly excited with World of Goo 2. The actual Game Awards part of the Game Awards is pretty much sidelined. Everyone complained about it, including the journos. It's best represented by this prompter saying, please wrap it up, when these game developers winning the awards are giving speeches, including the developer of Legend of freaking Zelda. So no surprise that the Game Awards suck, but to me, it's a matter of how much they sucked, and this one sucked really bad. But at least not as bad as last year. Congrats to Baldur's Gate 3 at least, well-deserved Game of the Year. Yes, Baldur's Gate 3 did win Game of the Year in the Game Awards. Well deserved in my opinion. That's not a comforting thought for all the Spider-Man 2 fans who came out of the Game Awards with 7 nominations and 0 awards. Just like last time they got nominated in the Game Awards. But at least losing to Dot of Boy, the 2018 Game of the Year, is still more comfort to Sony fanboys. They also think that Baldur's Gate 3's gameplay is just a dice roll. Wow, it's almost as if the game is based on a board game or something. Also, wrong dice. The game literally has a dice gameplay mechanic and it shows you which dice it uses. But hey, these people don't play. Baldur's Gate 3 was so ass, and the only reason it won is because the vast majority of people that play it are loser adults who actually vote for the rigged ass award shows. I love how you say that Baldur's Gate 3 fans are adults and non-directly stating that Spider-Man 2 fans are non-adults. Lost to a game where you have intercourse with a bear. It's almost like this game is for adults or something. You go back and play with your Spider-Man, kids. I love Nexus. If I want mods that modify the gameplay to make them less of a headache, or mods that make the characters look like they're coming from your deepest desires, then Nexus is for me. It is not, however, a place for people who don't like the gays. Recently, a mod that turned Baldur's Gate 3 character that was originally a lesbian to be totally straight was banned from Nexus because it is not providing an inclusive and welcoming environment for LGBTQ people. But if we introduce more gays or more trans by modifying existing characters, that's perfectly fine. We can have mods of those. Personally, I think this mod is stupid. I don't mind Dame Alien being lesbian, and I don't understand why anyone would mind either, and that's why I chose not to download this mod and ignore it. Nexus, however, chose not to ignore this mod. Apparently, this is the work of a troll, but that's even worse, Nexus, because now these trolls will keep on posting anti-gay mods just so that you can notice them, senpai. Might as well not make a huge song and dance about it, but oh well, virtue signal. And before we get to the next short, this video is brought to you by all of these wonderful people. You guys are fantastic. If you want to see your names among these legends, then check out the links down below. Just $1 and you will see your names among these awesome people. Seriously, thank you so much. And now, let's get to the next supla. There are 2 AI tools that I use frequently for my studies. I use Bing AI alongside Microsoft Edge. I think these 2 are incredibly underrated. If you hate Chrome and Google, these 2 are great alternatives. I also use Quillbot, which is amazing for summarizing long text and rephrasing sentences. I think in terms of text, AI is doing just fine. But in terms of artworks, you'll get monstrosities like this. This is an anti-bullying campaign ad from the Valencian Ministry of Education, Universities and Employment. They posted this tweet talking about the prevention of bullies and use of new technologies, and oh god almighty, what's going on with these kids? Who in their right mind would let this monstrosity pass? Well, I guess this is just one example to highlight how AI art is pretty much not ready for, well, this. Either that or people really should double check their works first. Stick to text AI for now, guys. Terminally online is quite a critique to be given to people who cannot put their phone down. And when these terminally online people know that someone isn't one of them, they would go insane. Take, for example, this Reddit post talking about how one of the OP's coworker is so unaware of modern cultural discourse, like body counts, pronouns, age gaps, or whatever the hell happened to Bud Light. The presence of this foul creature is unacceptable in the eyes of the terminally online. There's no option for someone like me to disengage. There is. It's called putting your freaking phone down and stop engaging in social media. Disconnect from all the BS is undeniably a privilege. Literally everyone that is aware about the modern political discourse have phones and access to the internet. If you are totally unaware of that privilege, you are in serious need of self-reflection. You can argue that the coworker is privileged, but at least he's not a miserable, terminally online loser like you. Kotaku is always up with their bad takes. We have to talk again about how war games depict the Middle East. It talks about how modern shooters use white phosphorus. And Spec Ops The Line already discussed how monstrous it is. Why should we care about it again? It's fictional after all. The next part says that it's because it's been used in real life towards innocent people. Yeah, you know what else has been used in real life towards innocent people? Guns. I mean, last time I checked, they're a major part in Call of Duty. Where's the outrage for that? Consciously or not, these games have enabled people to become desensitized to violence against brown bodies. You can play as those brown bodies in multiplayer, Journo. Maybe try not to get killed next time. I love this part here. Someone who has only seen white phosphorus in games will not feel the gravity of what it means to use one in real life. Yeah, the same thing can be said to guns, and yet most gamers can tell the difference between real guns and game guns. Can you? We got more and more dumb Grand Theft Auto 6 takes. First off, this attention seeker who thinks that Rockstar devs are a bunch of Zionists. If you want to support Palestine, do not buy GTA. No idea what that's supposed to mean, but okay then. $2 billion, 10 years of development, it's all on screen. What's on screen? Black people? If you don't like them so much, go buy the game and run them over. Okay, that's way too far right. So here's a far left point. You can kill cops. Loads and loads of cops. GTA 6 looks like modern day America. I thought people play video games to escape reality. That's the point. The familiarity to real life makes it more relatable, and for that matter, more fun to destroy. You want to wreck Miami? GTA 6 and Vice City. You want to wreck LA? GTA 5 or San Andreas. New York? GTA 4 or Free. You want to wreck a fantasy world? Try Elder Scrolls instead. By far, the dumbest GTA take is coming from the Tate brothers, aka Doofuses.
I'm not a fan of anyone under the age of 18, 21 maybe, playing video games where the goal is to shoot police officers.
Yeah, that's not the goal of GTA. That is something that you can do in GTA, but you don't have to do that.
I just don't think that's good for society.
I'd argue GTA 6 is a better contribution to society than you guys ever will.
I feel like you could create a better objective with the game, you know? Maybe you are the police officer.
Bro, steal a police officer car and play the vigilante missions. That option is available for decades now. I don't understand why anyone in their right mind thinks that opening their marriage is somehow a good thing, especially when they have no idea what they're doing. Like this Redditor over here. I asked my wife for an open marriage and I regret it. Why? Well, long story short, the wife gets more love interests than the husband. People don't understand that the rules that you apply to your partner also apply to you. For example, do you want a traditional wife? Then you will also need to be a traditional husband who does all the work for the family. If you're not ready for that, then you don't get a trad wife. They come at a price, my dudes. This dumbass over here wants a trad wife but doesn't want to be a trad husband. Sorry, but good things come at a price. You want a cheap trad wife? Heck, you want a free trad wife. Stick to 2D girls. Relationships are work and work is hard. 2D girls are easier to maintain. Just saying. And that's all for the Shorts HD collection today. Guys, if you like this video, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe for more. Check out my APB Show channel, link down below. Go subscribe where I got all of these hoopless live. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.